Hello Power Rangers Lightning Collection fans, and welcome back to the next episode of Lightning Storm, the series where lightning always strikes twice as we talk about everything that has happened in the past week for the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. And you know what? I really was not expecting there to actually be news this week. We pretty much have really not had any substantial news since Hasbro Pulse Fan Fest back on April 9th, which was almost a month ago at this point. But we had our fair share of news this week. Yes, we did. So let's go ahead and get right on into it. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and cover this story right away, right off the bat. Wave 9 is out. So Wave 9, which was announced back on a Fan First Friday on February 12th, and slated, according to Hasbro, for release in August, which I always thought was a ridiculous timetable, since the list of listings that we got back in January that leaked out had a June 1st release, and there was numerous stores like Target who have them slated for July 1st on their site. Dorkside Toys has them listed for June, so it was just kind of a free-for-all for, whose store was going to get them first, even though it was pretty obvious that Pulse was always going to be last, because they're always last. But yeah, Wave 9 is out, so we finally got our first pictures of it out in the wild from Cliva McVicker on Facebook, who posted this on Thursday that they found them in Westboro, Massachusetts. So the whole wave was there, In Space Black, Lost Galaxy Blue, the Tango Warrior, and SPD Green. They bought all of them, and were very nice to be posting some pictures of them on social media so we could get a closer look at some of them. And for the most part, this wave turned out pretty nice. I really don't have much to say about In Space Black and the Tango Warrior, but there is something to note about SPD Green and Lost Galaxy Blue that is a little bit different from what we saw in their promo shots back in February. So SPD Green's Morpher actually seems to be a new variation of the SPD Morpher, which we originally thought it was just the same incorrect one that came with Sid from Wave 8, but it's actually a little bit different. It's kind of like a hybrid between correct and not correct. It looks like it's the proper white color, but it looks like it has the SPD text just down the side without any of the other scribblings, for the different modes. So it's more accurate than Pink's, but still less accurate than Red and Blue's. Let's take a look at Lost Galaxy Blue. The biggest complaints with the promo shots for Lost Galaxy Blue was the fact that they painted a bunch of white on the top of his helmet that isn't supposed to be there. It's supposed to all be silver for the gorilla. And also with the gorilla, they did not put his Galactabeast symbol onto the Quasar Saber. They just had him holding Leo's again. But they actually corrected both of those. So we see from the finished final product shot, since they are actually in hand now, the helmet is fully silver where it's supposed to be. There's no weird oval of white paint. And they actually did bother to print on the gorilla symbol onto both versions of the Quasar Saber that Kai comes with. And honestly, because of that, and also already having his trans dagger and everything, I feel like Kai is nearly a perfect figure. There were some people complaining about the shading of the neck area. The one that Cliva got did seem a little bit light in comparison to the rest of the blue on the figure, but then other people who had it in hand, it looked perfectly fine. So that could just be some weird quality control issues with the collar. Besides that, the wave's looking fantastic. They've been found, like I said, in Westboro, Massachusetts. They were also found in Northern California. So they're kind of just, and someone else I remember tweeted at me that they found them in upstate New York. So they're all over the place. They'll be trickling out here. It's all from Target. So there's the whole thing of will they let you buy it with street dates and things like that. I imagine we'll probably start seeing Entertainment Earth and Amazon orders starting to be processed. It's usually kind of how the pattern of this works out. And Pulse will wait until August. I almost guarantee you of that. Pulse will probably not move their release date up, so I would advise probably going over to Amazon or something. You'll probably get them much earlier than if you went with Pulse. But yeah, that is Wave 9, and wow, that was enough to talk about for just one episode in of itself. Oh, we had some more. Next Friday, May 14th, is going to be our next Power Rangers Fan First Friday event, which will be starting at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Hasbro Pulse YouTube channel, pretty much, per the normal at this point. And of course, I will be live streaming my reaction along with a couple of my friends while the live stream is happening, like we always do. I love doing those every time. But there's not much else to say about the actual Fan First Friday itself, because it hasn't happened yet. But we can kind of course theorize like we usually do. And after what happened with FanFest, where it completely caught me off guard. Who knows what to expect with the Fan First Friday, although I feel like it could be a little bit more easier to kind of figure out what is going on, because we have 24 listings that have yet to been announced. And it's kind of at this point in time where it's like, how have they not been announced yet, you know? We were all kind of expecting it to happen, or at least some of them, to happen at FanFest, and they didn't. So it does make sense that we're getting a Fan First Friday not too terribly long after FanFest to probably talk about Power Month and to probably announce at least some of the figures on this list. But what do you think we'll see? So our next little story here is about the future of the Lightning Collection, and specifically about Wave 10. So we've had the codes for Wave 10 for a long time, and every time I post them, people treat it like it's brand new news. So now, of course, we're not 100% concrete on who is who with this wave. We're pretty confident that ZTH Venus is Zeo Yellow, BLM Neptune Cast is in Space Pink, Vel Mercury is a Green Ranger from an unknown season, and BLM Parsec is some in-space character of some kind. Now, the reason why they're coming up again here is because I finally have their UPC barcode numbers. So finally, these were finally found. I've been looking for these for 4 months. Finally found them, and what that allowed me to do was it allowed me to scan them into the Walmart system like we have always done before. And so they are there. They're in the Walmart system. The website that the UPCs came from have them listed for an August 1st release, which is pretty close to what the list of listings have them listed at, which was a September 1st release. So I would imagine we'll see it around that time frame. What comes down to what's tricky about it, though, is I'm not very confident that we're going to see it on Friday. I don't think we are. I would love to be wrong, but historically, you know, Wave 10 will be the third wave for 2021. And historically, whatever the first fall wave is, or whatever the fall wave is, so for 2019 it was Wave 2, for 2020 it was Wave 6, and now for 2021 it would be Wave 10. And every time we've had the fall wave revealed, it's usually been in the middle of the summer or right before the wave releases. It's actually historically been about a week before the wave releases. Wow, did I just say releases? Because in 2019, Wave 2 was announced at San Diego Comic-Con and then found at a Walgreens a week later. In 2020, Wave 6 was announced on a Fan First Friday on August 14th and then was found in stores a week later. So I don't personally think we'll see Wave 10 until July or August in terms of being announced. I would love to be wrong though. But since there are so many different things that are going to be exclusives for Power Month, I figured that that's definitely more than enough to fill a Fan First Friday next week without having to announce Wave 10. Then again, since Wave 9 is out now, it's not like they couldn't do it. You know, it's not like there's another wave we have to get through before then. It is the next wave as of this point in time for the main stuff. So it's yeah, I'm not very confident in it, but I would love to be wrong. So that kind of circles us back around to kind of not the main topic. That was kind of Wave 9 and everything, and the whole thing is the main topic, but a new helmet. So we've been talking about this kind of off and on Lightning Storm here for months. Ever since the list of listings came out back in January, there was a product number, F0390, which was PRG New Hotel, which Hotel historically was used in both 2019 and 2020 for the code for helmets, which you can't see, but they're up here. So it was used for the code for helmet. And so while of course we're not using that code system anymore, I guess it still meant that it could be under the same code name. Now, there have been not many progressions of that. It hadn't really been found in there. I don't know what its UPC number is, and it kind of just was always sitting there at an August 1st release. But what if I told you that I was pretty confident who it was 2 months ago? So 2 months ago, I posted a video that was talking specifically about Lightning Collection helmets and the top 5 that I either wanted to see or thought we would see. And I left a little hint in there. I don't know, I don't think anyone caught it, but on the third listing thing, or whatever, the third ranking I put in there, I talked about any other member of the Mighty Morphin team, not green, so not Tommy, like blue, black, yellow, or pink. And I held up Mighty Morphin Pink. And I did that intentionally. So I think you know where this is going. A couple of months ago, I heard rumblings of the fact that the next helmet could be Mighty Morphin Pink. Now, at the time, I didn't talk about it on Lightning Storm because I wasn't really sure if I was allowed to. Not that I didn't trust the source, but, there was just kind of rumblings. They hadn't really provided me with a lot of proof, but it's not that I didn't believe them. Well, now we have some proof and some good correlating things that kind of help, make that seem like it's the likelihood. So I'm going to show a picture here. I teased this on Twitter last night with a series of 2 different tweets. One was a GIF, and then later on I just decided to post a part of the image. I will not post the entire image here because the image definitely seems to be taken in some kind of factory or something, and there's people in the picture and there's no one's face. It's like the back of people, but just for security reasons, I don't want anyone to get in trouble at their job or anything, or any way to be identified. So I'm just going to show you the whole helmet is in the shot without having to show people. Here is a Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger helmet, which is seemingly taken on some kind of assembly line or something in a factory somewhere. Now, of course, this in theory could be faked or something, I would imagine, but I don't think it is. I'm pretty confident that this is legitimate, not only because I heard about a Mighty Morphin Pink helmet 2 months ago, which, these are two, also that's another thing, these are 2 completely different things. I heard it from one person and I saw the picture from another completely different person. So it was like, okay, so if it was like from the same person, maybe someone was trying to dupe me or something, right? But yeah, so I'm also not necessarily going to say where this photo came from. It came from Facebook, I'll say that, but I'm not going to say who posted it because I'm pretty sure the person who posted it was not the original person who had the picture. I think the picture leaked out from someone, and yeah, I'm going to talk about it, but I'm not going to say who it came from, and I'm not going to show the whole thing, but I showed you enough. You see it. It's a Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger helmet. Now, why does this also make sense? Power Month. Power Month, Power Month, Power Month. You knew we would be talking about it forever until it happens, and we'll probably be talking about it for months after it happens. But one key thing here is one of the capsules, besides, so that was the whole thing, the capsules. Fan First Friday on May 14th will probably elaborate on at least, I would imagine, one more of the capsules, if not more than one of them. We already know what one of them is. The Hasbro Pulse capsule is the other 4 metallic armors that they showed at FanFest. So that one's done. Like, there's no more capsules for Pulse as far as we know of. We know that Target is getting a capsule of some kind, but we don't know what the theme is. Although there are a bunch of listings that could suggest, a pattern of Target's potential theme. Amazon is going to have a capsule. We have listings from Amazon. Walmart is going to have a retro capsule, which is probably going to be the second wave of the flip head retros with yellow, green, white, and Ranger Slayer that we've had Walmart listings for months. And then GameStop was already said to us what the theme was, but no products. Pink Rangers. Now, what's really interesting about this too is that we have not seen any listings leak from GameStop. When we're kind of trying to figure out who's having what with a capsule, like I just literally said, we have little things that can kind of point us in the right directions for what other stores are doing for their capsules, right? But besides the fact that we know what GameStop's theme is, we didn't have any products associated to it except for potentially that Ranger Slayer statue I mentioned a couple weeks ago. But a Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger helmet would fit a lot. It would check off so many different boxes. First of all, it would check off the fact that we have PRG New Hotel releasing on August 1st according to the list of listings. August is Power Month, so that fits. Second of all, Pink Ranger, that fits the theme. And third, the helmets are pretty much only sold in stores at GameStops. You can get them from Hasbro Pulse, the white and red Ranger helmets from the past, and you can get them off of, I think, like Entertainment Earth and things like that, Big Bad Toy Store and such. But in terms of like physical stores, you pretty much can only get them at GameStops in the US. So it would make sense for them to release a helmet exclusively at GameStop because they already sell them. It's not as far-fetched as like Target randomly getting a helmet or something, So I think that there's just a lot of things that line up very well, besides us literally having a picture of what is very likely a real in-production model of the helmet. So yeah, the Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger helmet, I would say at this point is probably like 95% going to be our next helmet. I would say it's probably a good 70% chance maybe that it'd be a GameStop exclusive, and I'm sure it's very much probably going to be a part of the Pink Ranger capsule. Now, here's the real question. Will it get revealed on Friday? I have no flipping idea. I have no idea. Maybe, because I think there could be a potential possibility here where maybe what they'll do is they'll like go into depth about what, you know, the retro Walmart capsule and the pink GameStop capsule is going to have. You know, since we already know those themes, maybe they'll just finally reveal what's in those capsules, and then maybe they'll cap it all off with like telling us the themes for Target and Amazon, and then they can do another one, like another Fan First Friday in like July or something to like finalize it. You know what I mean? I feel like something like that could work. Something I would not be surprised if that's something that happens there. But yeah, so that's what I wanted to mention with that. So let me know in the comments below. I would very much like to know. Like I said, I'm pretty confident it's legitimate. I mean, I feel like it'd be kind of hard to fake it, and everything just kind of lines up, you know? So we'll see what happens with it. But yeah, that's all I really have in terms of like news. In terms of other like Fan First Friday predictions, well, I don't know what I should say. And that's because like at FanFest, I had all these like kind of expectations, more of just theorizing, you know, Monsters Wave 2, which I think something happened to the monsters. If we don't see Monsters Wave 2 on this upcoming Fan First Friday, then they definitely got delayed. The monsters are shell forming bad. That's what I'm always hearing, that's what I'm always seeing, is that King Sphinx and Pumpkin Wrapper are just not moving. And that's really Hasbro's own fault. They kind of really, like, you know, dropped the ball on that line by making them way too big and under-detailed. So who knows what's happening to Monsters Wave 2 and 3, we'll just have to see. I mean, of course, they could just be revealed on the Fan First Friday and everything's like, oh, cool, here they are. That could totally happen. And I guess it wouldn't necessarily surprise me. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm personally anticipating more information on the GameStop and potentially Walmart capsules is kind of like the top thing. And then I'm thinking maybe Wave 10, hopefully Monsters Wave 2, and then maybe some other little trinkets or something. And also, you know, of course, there's always that unknown factor. The unknown factor came into play quite well with the Fan Fest when they showed off a bunch of stuff that had not leaked in a time where, as of in this moment, we have never had more leaked listings for the Lightning Collection than we do right now. And so it was pretty surprising that nothing that was leaked was announced at the Fan Fest. So that's why this one has to. Like, this one has to check things off of the list of listings and from just the list of all the stuff in general. Because there's just so much there now that while I'm not expecting a surprise, there's probably not many surprises left, and that's going to make people upset, obviously. Or, you know, of course, we could always get things like, you know, the Tyrannosaurus Century and the Metallics, or something just pops up. But that's all I really got. This video has gone long enough for a Lightning Storm episode, so I knew I said last weekend that I was going to bring Lightning Strike of the Week back this week. I will not do it this week just because of the time constraints, but I also was not expecting there to actually be things for us to talk about, and I thought it was a pretty exciting week nonetheless. So you guys probably know the drill by this point. There will not be a Lightning Storm next Saturday. It will just be on Friday, following whatever happens at the Fan First Friday. And of course, this is probably the last time I will talk here on Lightning Storm until the Fan First Friday, unless I see something that happens that I feel is worthy enough of an emergency episode between now and Friday. But that's all I really have. We'll talk next week. Until then, you can follow me on Twitter at LivingRangerKey or at LightningFigPR. And until next time, I'll see you all on Lightning Storm for the Fan First Friday, the series where lightning always strikes twice.